Hello one and all, welcome back to CreateBall, where today is the first episode of the new year, and I figured, what better way to start it off than to make an episode about New Year's Eve? If you said probably plenty of things, then I'm sure you're right, but I didn't think of anything else, so get off my back. Let's just start with some basic information. There were two New Year's parties in this story. One at my house, attended by the adults and some of my brother's friends, and then a party at the Rackfall's house.
But before either of the parties actually started, Webb and I helped my mother set up the party at her house. Mom wanted to use a Bluetooth speaker we had to play music during the party, so she had us make sure it was in a proper working condition. We pulled it out, made sure it wasn't dead, and tried connecting one of our phones to it, but the speaker was already connected to something. Then it started playing folk punk. If you don't know what that is, it is my favorite genre of music, but everyone else hates it, which is understandable considering that it's an unsafe blend between banjos and growling. Anyway, the weird thing is that it wasn't connected to either mine or Webb's phone, and considering that no one else listens to it, it was unlikely that it was connected to anybody else's phone either, so we have no idea where that folk punk was actually coming from. It did eventually disconnect from its mysterious force, which is just as well. Remember how I mentioned that along with my mother's party, there was also another one at the Rackfall's house? Well, I decided to go over there for the sole purpose of talking to one individual person.
But when I got there, they spent the entire time just avoiding me, so that was a great use of time on my part. As my house is only like half a mile away from the Rackfalls, I was considering just walking home for a while, but then one of the Rackfalls attending my mother's party came back to get their cigarettes. But they weren't going to stick around for long and would soon just go back to my mother's house.
She didn't seem that drunk, especially considering the day, so I just decided to ride back with her.
She wasn't drunk enough for it to actually affect her driving all that much, but she did tell me the same story about 4 times, which would be impressive due to the ride only being about a minute long, if it wasn't for the fact that she also missed the turn twice, and by extension, extending the ride's length by a decent margin. When I got to the house, Mom saw me and asked if I walked, but I wasn't given the chance to say that I drove home with someone who probably wouldn't have passed a breathalyzer test, because my mother was herself 3 sheets to the wind. I sat down with Webb and his friends, 2 girls named Kyla and Shiana respectively, and I was expecting to talk to them for about 2 minutes before going outside and lying in the snow for a bit, but I didn't. So I was talking to Webb, and of course we start a bit, which is the only form of communication we have with each other. This particular bit was about how we should get rid of the names of states and replace them with numbers, just for convenience. Usually, when we go on these tangents, the surrounding people will just block us out until we're done, or go do something else, which is exactly what Kyla did. But Shiana actually helped us figure out how we would effectively number every conceivable territory, which ended up going past states to including countries, planets, and even alternate realities. What resulted is a system in which you start with your reality, indicated by a letter, then your planet, represented by a number chosen based on the order in which the planets were colonized, then a comma for separation, then your country, represented by the number it ranked at as most influential worldwide, then a decimal and the number of whatever state or province you belong to. This resulted in the 3 of us being citizens of A1, 1.43. And I guarantee you that almost everyone in the audience just nodded along until I was finished, thereby proving my point that usually people don't care about this stuff. Midnight eventually came, and with it the start of a new decade. A decade that we began by dancing stupidly to Song Dedicated to the Memory of Stormy the Rabbit. Shortly thereafter, all my mother's attendants went back to their humble abodes, but Kyla and Shiana stayed because Mom didn't want them driving home with all of the obligatory drunken drivers of the new year. Me, Webb, and Shiana then spent the next few hours talking and following bits through their natural progression. Kyla was also there, but after a while her input consisted mostly of just yelling at us every now and then to stop talking, because we kept waking her up. Though, to be fair, we did kind of bring that upon ourselves. So after midnight, Kyla was already very tired, which made her very easy to make fun of, which is exactly what we did when she started telling Shiana about a shirt that she was going to get for her but ended up not getting for her. She described it as a NASA shirt that was like a jacket, but not quite, and was yellow, but really more orange. Then Shiana looked over to me and pointed at her shirt, which was an orange NASA shirt. So between the very contradictory description and the fact that Shiana already had that shirt, we just had to make fun of Kyla for it. Which, as I said before, resulted in Kyla yelling at us every 10 or so minutes for still being alive. But the upside of us still being alive, for us anyway, was that we could continue with all the aforementioned bits. As we did this for multiple hours, and each bit lasted only a few minutes, there are far too many to discuss in a single episode, or even for me to remember, so I'll just talk about the one we kept going back to. So basically, I mentioned how tragic it would be if someone wanted to be some grand, intimidating cult leader, but they had a name like Gary. Then Shiana mentioned that they also couldn't have a name like Enoch, Prince of Darkness, because that would look really weird on any legal documents they had to sign. So we set out to find the gray area between Enoch, Prince of Darkness, and Gary, a mission we returned to again and again throughout the night. The closest we got was when we looked at a name of intimidating baby names, which included stuff like Blade, Bones, and Darby, which were all no good for fairly obvious reasons. So unfortunately, we never did find the perfect middle point between Enoch and Gary, but if you have any ideas, then tell me them in the comments down below. And with that, that's all I have for you guys today. So until next time, don't die. Sayonara, and have a new decade. Have a holly jolly 2020. Bye. Oh.